Hey
Hello.
everybody, welcome. How's everybody doing? I'm having a fabulous morning. Um, it's not morning for you, obviously, but
No, it's afternoon. It's 7 p.m.
yeah, I haven't ate anything yet or anything like that. But I do usually first thing in the morning. I can't eat anyway. It's just like excited
Yeah.
to sit. Oh, you're welcome. Where to begin? Anytime you want to come up. I know I got your email. Anytime you want to come up, come up. I don't care. I trust you. I know you're not going to show your body parts or something like that, so we're good. But yeah, so Tammy will be back in just a second. She's canning, as normal. She always cans. She is canning. So this tea is really good, Yosi.
Yeah, I like it.
I hope it's not too orange. I am allergic to oranges,
Yeah, I don't think so. I need
but
to
I
check.
will take that risk because I love oranges. I love them. Um, what was it last year? Around this time, the neighbor boy was selling fruit. Um, the neighbor boy was selling like boxed fruit or something for his band or something. So I
Hmm.
bought a case, and I can eat those little clementines. I can eat those or those,
Oh,
little teeny, whatever.
yeah.
Um, and I can eat. I thought I could eat oranges too. So I'm like eating the oranges, and I'm like, I think I can eat oranges. I think it's like I'm allergic to the preservatives or something that they actually put in orange juice. You know
Makes
what I
sense.
mean?
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
eating the oranges, and I'm allergic to them. Straight up allergic to oranges.
Hmm.
Although like those little halos or whatever they call them halos here, or little cuties or whatever they're called. I can eat those. I just can't have an orange.
Even as well, they call like Chinese orange, the
Mm,
small one.
yeah,
Mandarins.
mandarins.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah,
Israel, they call it a Chinese orange. I
so
don't know why.
nobody's showing body parts. I'm just saying I trust Where to Begin Homestead. I know she's not going to show her body parts on my live. You know what I'm saying? People are weird. But anyway, yeah. So what are you canning, Tammy?
It's a mixed pot again. There's some lamb chops in there. There is
Oh.
some pork roast in there, and some beef broth and mixed broth.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm cleaning the refrigerator. That's what I'm canning.
I understand completely.
Sometimes you need to do that.
It's not going to waste. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm telling you, man, this summer I'm gonna definitely be having some kind of carrots for sure, and peas. I'm gonna plant like I got 400 square feet on the one side. I'm planting nothing but peas and carrots and onions.
Well,
So
you
carrots
might
need.
want to stagger when you plant them, like half the row and then the other half, so that you actually can get them canned.
Yeah,
Like a couple weeks apart.
yeah. I have
They.
I bought okay. These ones that I bought are for storing. So I'm gonna
Okay.
plant these like in August
Okay.
before fall and stuff. The ones that I just bought, the 5,000 seeds,
Yeah.
those are like a 58-day variety.
So
Wow.
the
So,
carrots need like cold weather.
if you want them to taste better, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they'll grow anywhere, but I have
Once-
carrots out there right now that are in the ground. As soon as spring hits, I'm picking them.
Because in August I have like 100 plus the Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get sweeter after frost.
Hmm.
So that's why.
Yeah, because
Don't have much of those.
they're a root vegetable. So like all of the sugars and stuff after a frost will like go down into the root.
Yeah. It'll
So
caramelize.
the potatoes and sweet potatoes basically the same thing.
Yep.
Um.
I think it's
Yeah.
legal, sure.
A light frost. You don't want a heavy frost because a heavy frost
Right.
will rot them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have much of those.
Yes. Except this year you got one.
Yeah.
And that's the same with cabbage, by the way. I
Wow.
didn't get a
You
chance to
don't
eat all my cabbage.
you
That
don't know how many accidents because of that? Phew.
Brussels sprouts are another one. You don't want to eat it before it frosts. You want it to have a good hard frost
Holy
on it.
shit. I got Brussels sprouts out there right now. I
You
should
can
probably
eat
go
'em.
and get them.
They're probably sweet.
I planted them last January.
Yeah, they're probably ready and they're probably sweet. And they're
So
probably
what about beets?
Beets the same way.
beets the same way.
Anything that's root related.
If
can
they're
hit-
making sugar out of them, they don't want them until it's frosted. And they'll
Yes.
pull them
Okay.
right until the ground's hard. And then they pile them in great big mountains and let them get frosted again before they make sugar out of them.
Sugar
So
beets.
you recommend me to not plant them before October? For me?
I don't know your growing season, but if you want them to get a light frost at the very end of when they're ready.
We don't get rain until February. Not February. Yeah, February. So
I've never
January,
heard of
February.
That sounds good. Hello, Jay. Hello, Abby. Hello, Mr. Punisher.
So
Thank you for coming in. Hello, Bruce.
sometimes
Bruce,
in December it's still 50 plus at the night.
I planted beets. Okay, the one, and
I'll be right back, Court.
it was very difficult.
Okay.
The 1 year, like last year, I planted them. Like it just didn't. I don't know if it was the soil because I had crap soil last year in the one bed specifically. So I don't know if I had just had crap soil or if it was just really hard. Put your bucket in the deep freeze, Yosi. Something
Makes
to think
sense.
about. What time
I
should
have-
I do my giveaway on the 5th?
Ooh, what?
I don't know, honey. Whenever you feel. You could do it 2:00 in the afternoon. You could do it 7:00 at night. However you feel.
Which day is the 5th?
I have no clue.
5th is Saturday. I think around 4 5 p.m. it's good time for everybody.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Hey, Arsenic Element. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. So, anyway, my cabbage was really sweet. I didn't get around to getting it out, and pulling it out. Finally, we took some of the leaves and I made ramen noodle salad with it, and it was actually really good. I was really surprised. Probably some of the best cabbage I think I ever had. Hello, Sawyer.
Because
Hi.
my father and my
Oh, okay. It's your other one.
brother,
You did,
John.
I thought it was
my
Sawyer.
father is my brother, like it's the red one, like this type.
Yeah.
And my grandma used to make like after you boil it, you take the water and you put lemon in it and sweet cream,
Like a kvass.
something like that. Yeah.
Mr. Punisher, I used to see, I don't know. It depends, I guess, on where you live. My great grandmother told me if you put an apple in and you cover the pineapple with a paper bag, it will grow a pineapple. You have to stress the pineapple. See here, like where we live, it's so rare. Like you're going to get a pineapple like this big. It's not going to happen. But you have to stress the pineapple in order to get one. So that's what my great grandmother had always said. My great grandmother was like a master gardener. Like she knew anything and everything.
Stress, like don't give it in water, like how stress?
Like just, put it in put a paper bag over it and put an apple in with it. and it will grow a pineapple. Yeah, they're a little thorny.
Do you know something about avocados? How tall did it get? If
I
you
have
know.
no idea about anything about avocados. I don't even like avocados. I like guacamole, but it's like only good like mixed with shit.
Hmm.
I
So,
don't want to eat straight up avocado.
so try to eat it sweet.
Okay.
And Brazil, they eat the avocado sweet.
Mm.
Did you see the pineapple Citizen Guardian, or not pineapple, the avocado Citizen Guardian posted? It looked like a zucchini. It was like long and narrow and had a little
Wow.
bulb on the end. It was like, it
Hmm.
looked really long. I was like,
I've never seen anything like
that's
that.
odd. Yeah.
We have some of
You
them
like
in
avocados,
Israel.
Chris? Ew.
They're
Gross.
really healthy. They're really good
California thing. Mm.
I like avocados.
Yeah, I'm not a big avocado fan at all. I think it's because my first experience was not good with an avocado. I tried it like in school, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's good avocados and then there's store
Yeah.
trips for days to get here avocados.
Yeah.
You
That
need
would
to-
probably make a huge difference too, you know? So,
Like even Israel, I can get avocados like very hard.
mm,
They still very hard.
yeah.
So it makes
All right.
sense.
I gotta run check it again. I'm sorry I gotta run in and out until I get it up to pressure.
No, I understand that completely.
I'll
You're
be
fine.
right back.
At
We're
least
two,
she's
the
doing an exercise. She's exercising.
Yeah. Once you get it to that spot, then you just listen for it and it's fine. But you have to get it to that spot before you can walk away from it. Oh no. Hi, Prepper 101. Guacamole. You guys don't know. If you don't have kids, I guess you don't understand that song. There's a woman on YouTube who sings songs about fruit and stuff. It's cute.
Interesting.
Hey, Diggs.
I'm sticking to the gummy bear song.
The Gummy Bear song.
The one I sent you?
Yes. Hmm.
All right, John's gonna watch it for me. It's his first time watching it, so I may still run out like 5 times.
Yeah.
I trust.
Well, today is a big
Whack-a-mole.
night.
I used to love that game.
Whack-a-mole. Yeah.
Also, are you going to be doing your live tonight?
Who?
Bruce.
Oh, I don't know. Bruce, are you doing your live tonight?
I asked Bruce.
I know that Fishes is doing hers for
Yeah, for sure.
Josh's birthday. So. Mr.
Just before then, do it. So
Have
it's
you
gonna be
ever
long
tried
night.
aquaponics? No, I have not.
No.
If I doing aquaponic, I'm gonna do it with a fish tank because I saw like a big system that you can do, and like you have like the tilapia
Mhm.
poops in the water, and then
Yeah.
you have a pump that circulate the water, and the plant eat all the bad stuff like the poop and all the stuff,
Yeah.
and you put guppies for the tilapia to eat the guppies, and everything is like a big ecosystem, and you don't need to do nothing.
Howie, I put the link in the chat if you want to come up.
So it's very interesting.
Hey, Hendo. What's up? What was I going to say? Can't remember now. Oh, yeah. I think I trust aquaponic more than I do the other. What's the other one?
Hydroponics.
Hydroponics. Just for the fact that it seems more self-sufficient, self-sustaining versus hydroponics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I agree with you on that one because the fish are putting the fertilizer into the system.
Right. You don't have to buy it in mass
No.
quantities.
And it's self-sufficient, and then I think with hydroponics you have to do a lot of water testing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I had a swimming pool. I hate water testing.
So
it's not an
I follow this kid. I call him a kid because he's gonna be 25 years old in a few weeks, and he have land and with sheep and ducks and chickens,
Yeah.
and he have 2 Asian others, and he started to grow fish to feed them, the others.
Oh, okay.
So he did the whole aquaponic thing, and he grow vegetable to feed his goats.
Ah. Okay. Fascinating otter thing. I saw one in the wild here in Michigan, and this is the first time I've ever seen one in the wild. A year and a half ago.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yes, I was amazed. I had been told there were otters in this river years and years and years ago. I had never seen an otter in the wild, only in a zoo. And I actually saw one in this river. So the rivers that I'm talking about has been contaminated for many years. It's actually coming back. So
Yeah.
it's
Nice.
very close to my cabin were 2 otters playing on the bank in the river. And I stopped my car. They were right. You could see them from the bridge. I'm like, what is that? I stopped my car and watched them play. And I'm like, oh my gosh, those are river otters in Michigan again.
Nice.
Yeah.
So cute. Makes
They
sense
are
because
big.
they need cold environment to
Mhm.
live.
We have a question from Abby. So, Courtney, is it normal for peppers to take a long time to germinate to come up? This is my first time growing them. Depends on what kind of seeds you have. What are you growing? Is it just like regular bell peppers? If you're growing regular bell peppers, I think like in a week or so, you should have some kind of growth.
Hey,
Do you
Bob.
have a heat mat? Because they need heat. They're not going to grow you can't just stick a seed in a pot and get a good germination rate with peppers.
Right.
So if I take peppers and direct sow them, it's gonna take longer time.
You probably have the heat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah, that we don't. Your soil temperature is probably nice and toasty compared to ours.
Dustin is working in the bathroom. Like it is a mess.
Oh.
Like it is a mess.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get stressed out about it.
Well, every time you're doing a big construction in your house, is a very messy and stress thing to do.
Yeah, the North American river otters do not get that big. They're more like 3 foot long.
It is not a poopy situation. Thank you. Hey, P2E. Dustin's running plumbing. No, he's not running plumbing yet. He used to be a plumber's apprentice though, so he knows what he's doing. Ha ha ha, Bruce. Ha ha ha. Dork. Need dinner. Oh my gosh, it's already dinner there? Oh my god,
Yeah.
I didn't even eat breakfast. It's lunch.
It's 8 hours. It's 8 hours difference, or 6 to 8 hours difference.
Yeah, it's between me and him is like an hour difference, and I am in 7:20 p.m.
Earthling joined.
I'm like, who's Earthling? And then I realize it's my favorite person ever. Hi, Howie.
Hey, are we?
Juicing.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing?
We're good.
Oh, look at those. Is that arugula?
That's arugula, but I'll show you everything what I'm juicing. Can you see it?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This is food for me for 2 people for 2 days. I dug these sunchokes this morning. It has inulin in it, to lower my blood sugar because I'm diabetic. It has cilantro, lemons, cucumber, ginger, celery, tomatoes, but this is about $100 worth of greens, and I'll juice that. That'll be for me. But I just bought a lot of seed too. But here's the juicer. It's a masticating juicer. I'm 100% raw vegan now.
That's amazing, Howie.
Yeah, and my masses, the disease I had, is greatly reduced now.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
I was supposed to die 14 months ago, hey?
yeah.
But I didn't die. Well, obviously.
What? Howie doesn't die? What? I don't want
It's
to hear
okay,
that.
Howie.
I don't want to hear that.
I was supposed to die before I was born, and then I was supposed to die at age 16. So good luck. I haven't succeeded at that yet. So,
It's pretty scary when they tell you stuff
Yeah.
like that. So,
Yeah.
it's like, really? So I had to do a switcheroo. I had to have no more meat. I'm under the guidance of Dr. Gabriel Cousins. I don't know if you know who he is. But he's a raw food expert, and he cures people of diabetes, and can't really say this on YouTube, but the C word cures them of that. And you all know what I'm talking
I
about.
know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, but you have to watch
Yay,
yourself
you don't
because of
mean
the
Canada.
YouTube police, right? You're not politically correct, or your verbiage is incorrect. There's all these rules, but they allow people to do bad things to each other on YouTube, but I can't say certain words. I've had notifications saying, "Hey, you can't do that," And all it is green leaves.
Yeah, makes no sense. I know.
So how y'all been doing?
I'm so proud of you. Like you,
Thank you kindly.
you're just so freaking amazing.
You are as well. I actually watch your live stream. Sometimes I don't say anything because I just in the kitchen because I'm doing this. I do this every day. You see, and that way the nutrients gets to come into me, and it's all low glycemic foods. So I get all my nutrients, and then I go out and I check out raw vegan restaurants, and I eat the food, and then I go home and I make it. I made chocolate truffle balls yesterday. I mean, they're amazing raw vegan food from somewhere here. From this, I use this organic baking cocoa.
Oh, okay.
I have this same thing.
Yeah, and then I used dates from organic dates, and then I put in coconut, congealed coconut, and put that in there, and then I blended it, and I'll tell you, it was pretty tasty. But I can't eat too much of that. I just ate a little one, and then I ate that. But every day I treat myself to something because I don't eat flesh or meat anymore or anything like that. It was a big switch around because I wanted to live,
Yeah.
So
You
yeah.
have to do what you have to do, but it's amazing that you're doing that, and you just
I have to. Or I laid in a bed in the hospital for 23 days, and then I was in my medical bed here for 6 months, before I could get up and walk around. But the masses, the masses are two huge masses. One was compressing my right side, and one was compressing my descending aorta. And it's greatly reduced now. And my urethra reader, it works now. They don't know why all these things are happening to me. And I ordered up these proteolytic enzymes from Japan and United States and stuff. I had a heck of a time getting across the border with them with Health Canada. But I ended up getting them. And I went through chemo. Didn't do anything for me. Didn't do anything except shattered some of my teeth, froze my face, and I shook violently for about 20 minutes when they put the monoclonal antibodies. They made it from a Chinese hamster's ovaries, and they put it in my body. I'll tell you, what an experience, man. Run from the cure. I could say that. But I had the past 14, well, almost 15 months now, I've come a long ways. I came off 32 milligrams of morphine daily just to take it. But now that I've greatly reduced the masses, it's not so much scarring on all my organs, liver and heart and kidney and pancreas and stuff was all scarred, but real heavily. So now that's all taken off with the proteolytic enzymes. They break down fibrin. They're like little Pac-Man, and they go along and they break up the fibrin so that my body can deal with it. The cells can dispose of it, you see.
That's amazing, Howie.
So a long journey. And so, yeah, and I'm here. And I like to hear what you all have been up to, though.
We've been doing good. Just haven't started anything in the garden yet. You know.
Oh, I have. I've got one permaculturalist in the food forest right now, and I've got 3 more coming this afternoon. And there's 2 of us in the house, so there'll be altogether 7 permaculturalists here today. And
Howie, you're my hero. Just so you know, on permaculture, when I decided to do a food forest, I Googled, and like 3 years ago, I started watching you. And I just love your food forest videos.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to get back to doing some more. I wish I could grow in your I had your growing zone. I don't have your growing zone, but I've been watching you for a lot longer than I've had a channel on YouTube.
You're very kind. Thank you. And I'm glad it helped you. It's what I do is just for like people in the inner city to retrofit a city to grow its own food. So we're still food reliant. I'm not even there yet, and I've been doing it for years. But when I took sick, I had to really back off. I was to get rid of all my chickens, and I couldn't look after them. My students showed up to look after them though, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't go out there. If I was to get sick, the leading researcher from the University of British Columbia said, if I get sick, he says, you'll just die in the emergency room. I'm like, so I said, oh, that's not happening. But, you know, I'm glad that my contribution to permaculture is Pathway Soil Bank. And that shows you how to make soil, to make your hugel mounds, or put your soil in your buckets, whatever you're doing to make food. And David Holmgren, the originator of permaculture, Bill Mollison, he has my icon on his YouTube channel. Hey, you see Stanford, you'll see Yale, you see all these Ivy League places, and here's little Howie Jones. It's like a gold medal. Hey,
yeah. God, you're so freaking amazing.
You are.
So are you. I watch lots of your videos. You got a lot going on there, Courtney. You all do. I haven't watched too much of yours.
I'm kind of flattered that you even said that, because you're freaking awesome.
I didn't put very much.
Like, really? Oh my God.
The best. First of all, your heart is so big. The biggest video that I remember of you is the one that you saved the hummingbird.
Oh yeah.
The hummingbird, yeah, saving Pete the hummingbird. Oh yeah, as soon as he spit out the water, I knew he was going to be okay, and I kept putting little dribbles onto his beak. But I saved bees, hummingbirds, worms, all kind of bugs. I saved them, bring them back to life several times now, and it's something I enjoy doing instead of just going, oh look, he's dead, and you sweep him in a pan and you chuck him on the compost. But no, let's see what we can do here. And it's always exciting to bring something back to life. That hummingbird, Yossi, was completely dead.
Yeah,
it was dead. He fell out of the skylight. Right. I caught a little bit under my peripheral. I'm like, what's that? And he just laid there, and then there was no movement. I watched him for about 15 to 20 seconds, and I seen an eyelid go like that, and then I knew he was alive. I went, oh, he's alive. So I was to get some reverse osmosis water right away. And that's how I've saved them before when they're dehydrated. Most people go, oh no.
The only water I like is the water that is from reverse osmosis.
Well, distilled water is comparable as well. But yeah, it takes all the garbage out. But see, a lot of people will on the internet said, oh, you have to give him sugar water. No, you have to clean all this crap out of him first. Then you give him sugar water. There's a big difference. And Pete still comes back today and flies in through the house once in a while. And out he goes. So I have a hummingbird feeder out there. Plus I feed all the birds. I call them Howie's chickens. They're little tiny birds. There's hundreds that come here. And, you know, they follow me around. It's kind of really fun. But I do miss YouTube, but I'm not going live until on Earth Day for 24 hours. And then I'll be live, you know, for that 24 hours. And that will raise awareness of what you can do. And the number one thing that you can do for your village, town, or city, or your planet is to make soil. That's once you make soil, you have something to grow.
Yes.
You see, and it's all made in layers in nature. Leaves fall down, bugs die, birds poop. It makes layers. 1 inch every 10 years in nature. Now you can make 10 inches in one day with all the human waste that we have.
Yeah.
What a difference, hey? What
Yeah.
a big difference. See, in a big permacultural project, you have chop and drop, okay? And in the southern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, you don't have that. So I improvised by making Pathway Soil Bank. So now people all around the world, there's literally thousands of people now that make Pathway Soil Bank. There's so many I can't even keep track of them. They make Pathway Soil Bank, and it's for the northern hemisphere. And that was what was lacking when I was to get into permaculture. But as a matter of fact, I was doing it before the word permaculture ever came along. I was doing that with my granddaddy. We chop things up, make layers like lasagna gardening.
The last 3 years shocked the world because the whole thing that happened. And here in Israel, we started to receive like encircle more, and each thing have its own garbage disposal.
Yeah.
And there is one big one for scraps, and then they took it and plant things with it. So it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing what's happening around the world when they're regreening deserts in Egypt, and irises that have been dormant in there and they were extinct for 400 years are growing out of the desert. Mushrooms, mycelium that was never even known is now growing in the desert, and trees in China in the Gobi Desert. There's huge food forests being built.
The big thing that they plant in Egypt is the sugarcane.
Sugarcane, yeah. Sugarcane and hemp and sunflowers can heal anything.
Yeah.
Those three there can heal any. Like if you have ground that's contaminated heavily, and you were just to plant that there and leave it for years, microbes would make all those toxins inert. Okay, it can't really do too much for radiation. That has to go away by itself.
I was just going to ask you, like, could you put it in an area that specifically sunflowers? I know that they suck up all of that metal and all that stuff.
I think their development, like a type of worm that is very hardy against radiation. Like I think they still development.
Yes.
We also have the pill bug. The pill bug also sucks up
the landiopods. Yes. You see, the more that the toxins dispersed and made inert and attached to other molecules, then it can affect a human or a bird or whatnot. So that's where Pathway Soil Bank comes in. So once you've made Pathway Soil Bank, like I have 9 on Southern Vancouver Island food forests that I've been directly involved with. And you go there and it's amazing. They are eating peaches, figs, the soil's booming, the worms are all there, the birds are living. And it's like it goes from this lawn or desert land to this vibrant oasis. And what happens here when you make Pathway Soil Bank and it's in a big area, that becomes a giant sponge. And it sucks up water during the wintertime and nitrogen. And see, nitrogen doesn't get used by plants right away from the rain and the snow. It has to be broken down by microbes and then deposited onto the mycelium, the superhighway of nutrient delivery. And it's really exciting stuff, It's really cool to see everything.
The biggest thing is in the last 2 years, people understand that you need to stop and put more attention to the detail because nature is so beautiful and it can do magical but it takes time.
Yeah.
And now people learning to understand and to do stuff to shorten the time.
Yeah. Yes, that's a big thing. Teaching is a big thing. That's all I do now, and actually I'm doing that as a business now. I just do teaching and consulting, and I don't do anything else. And I'm managing. Well, I'm not yet, but I'll be managing a nutritional firm. I'll be managing that, like blood analysis, hair analysis, and showing their deficiencies and their excesses and giving them balance. You see, the human being, and then showing them how to make the food force, the pathway soil bank to grow their own food. And it's a big journey now that I'm on. Now that I'm healthier, I'm still not 100%, but I'm 90, and I'll take it. So that's my next journey on YouTube.
You look great.
Thank you kindly, Yossi. So do you, my friend. And I'm glad to see all my friends here. I love you all. And I'm going to go and juice. And if there's any questions, if you want to ask them, I can hang around for a little bit more.
Okay. Oh, we love you, Howie. Thank you for coming up and like hanging out with us.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. I enjoy your channel. And a lot of channels that you go to that I see you there are pretty cool. Like, look at Patton there, Gil Patton there. What a great channel. And I love going to that channel. He's always teaching you something good. The goodness is there, hey? And it's just like your channel and a lot of other channels, Courtney, here. And it's a group on YouTube. It's a village. And it's wonderful to see, because it's very difficult to have those type of things in your own environment. It takes years to build like-minded people. Like today, we'll have 7 permaculturalists here, and 4 of them will be my students. Gosh, and the other 3 are introductions. And I've never met 2 of them. The other fellow, I knew him. He was one of Bill Mollison's students. So I ended up being graced by some really great books from that guy. And but the way of life is I know I'm a raw vegan now. I wasn't always. I liked my bacon and eggs, but I'm telling you, there's some lifestyle changes, and when that happens, you have a way of life that's through health and happiness. And you become a really, really great human being to leave a legacy, and you get your fulfillment now. You're not always empty, like your wallet's empty or your heart's empty. You're always full, and that's key to knowing you're here, right?
Right.
It's a lot of fun.
Everything is happened for a reason.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to stop and listen. What's going on?
Slow down. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Watch the birds feed. Yes. One of my mentors sat on a park bench in Cambridge in England, and he sat there and he was opting. Do I want to stay here? And he was opting out to leave this realm, and I'm glad he didn't. But it took him 2 years of sitting on that park bench to contemplate whether he wanted to stay on the planet or not, and he did. And thank God he did. But these things go through people's mind. They just don't want to be here, and they can do some really silly things. And it doesn't take much from a person that's ignorant or mentally ill to show these people, oh yeah, just go and do it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It takes a real person, it takes real talent to heal folks up and bring them back to life. It takes no talent to hurt and kill folks. That doesn't take any talent.
Well,
you're a stand-up guy if you can heal folks.
I'm Jewish, and the Jewish world, they
So
say every person have a purpose in life.
Yes. My Jewish ancestry was, my great-grandfather's name was Yobias Epstein Johanna. That was my grandmother. She raised me as a little kid, and I remember her putting me to bed with all these nice sheets all the time. But then, because I was an orphan, I had to go off to kind of like an orphanage, It was pretty rough. They gave you those rail car blankets and stuff. So I always remembered my Jewish grandmother, But my great-grandfather was to get her out of Germany in 1936. And they weren't allowed in Canada. They were rejected. So they had to go to Australia. And then from Australia, they went to Newfoundland, because that was a British colony. It wasn't part of Canada yet. So they were allowed to come there. And that's how I ended up here in British Columbia. But it was quite a journey following how they escaped the Nazis, They killed my great-grandfather's entire family was wiped out just because of their faith.
Yeah.
And that's hard to believe, eh?
It's going to make me cry.
Sorry about the
okay.
We went from greens to people's ancestry.
Oh, that's an amazing story, though. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And I have one photograph of her, and she was absolutely beautiful. She died in 1974, so I didn't get to be with her too much. And then there was not too many records. The only records I found was Australia and the Newfoundland one. And they because of the census, there was no records of schooling, a job, or nothing. So I always thought about, Germany, going to Germany and finding out, who my ancestors are. But I'd have to give up my DNA to Ancestry DNA, and I don't want to do that because they sell it, and it's not private.
Yeah.
If they were private, then I would do it, but it's not. They give it to not that I'm a criminal or anything like that. I don't think so. But they give it up to all the FBI. They sell it to the Chinese Communist Party, and it's just disgusting. And so I can extract my own DNA anyway. I have that capability and experience and intelligence. So I can do it myself. It's not that difficult. It's a little phosphate and an agitator, and put my blood in there, and there's my DNA. Boom! I can have my own DNA in 5 minutes. I can have it underneath the microscope. Chemistry. I'm sorry?
We did that in college chemistry. We just couldn't read it because the technology to read it wasn't there. But we did put that on the paper with the phosphate and did the string.
Yeah. You need a dark field microscope, but I just happen to have access to one. So
yeah,
it's a $250,000 microscope. So, but I haven't looked at my own. I haven't looked at that, but I could. But I haven't done that yet. All I look at are all my different cells, how they're working, parasites, mold, yeast, fungus in my blood, that kind of thing, and how to exterminate that by starvation through sugar. See, sugar is the agar that grows mold, yeast, and fungus inside you.
Yes.
And so cutting out the sugar, all the different like low glycemic sugars, high glycemic sugars, it's all sugar, corn syrup, honey, maple syrup, you name it, it's all glucose, fructose, it's all sugar. And sugar goes into the mitochondria. And the mitochondria opens up and goes, yum, yum, sugar. Well, if you cut out the sugar, it goes, well, okay, give me the carbs. Well, if you cut out the carbs, it goes, oh, yum, yum, let's eat all the lipids, all your body fat. That's what happens, hey? It's called ketosis.
Right.
That's exactly, yeah. You're probably all familiar with it. Yeah. And anyway, with being a diabetic, I was a full-blown diabetic, hey? Full-blown. And they were...
How has that been working since you were raw now?
Well, I went from in Canada. We use a glucose meter, and if you're 4.2, you're perfect. And mine was 17. Oh, so that's like 350, 400 where you are in the United States. So that's full blown diabetic. So the doctor had me all lined up down at the pharmacy to give me these injections, and I went, no, this isn't for me. So I telephoned my orthomolecular practitioner. I said, you have to help me. What do I do here? He goes, Dr. Gabriel Cousins. He's the one that brings people back to life. And I'm like, okay, get him. So he's in Colorado. He has a clinic there. It costs $15,000 a month. It's $500 a day to go. And so Dr. Gabriel Cousins called the Tree of Life, the Rainbow Green Cuisine Organic. So they put you on the juicing for 5 days, no food. That was hell. That was pure hell. And my good friend Missy, she was there with me, and so we did that she lasted 4 days. I lasted a little bit longer, so I pretty much did the 5 days. But I'll tell you, it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
it was very difficult. You have to use this and not your belly. Don't think with your belly. Your gut is your second brain. Try to stick with the first brain.
Oh my God. I tried to do what you were doing. I tried to do it for 3 days. And I
do it 5.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It was horrible.
It's maddening. It's absolutely maddening, but you must understand that the die-off, it's the die-off the mold, yeast, and fungus because you're
Mhm.
alkalizing. That's the maddening part, because there's 100,000 plus entities inside every human being, from mold, yeast, fungus, parasites, you name it. There's more than one type of mold, from candida yeast. There could be anything. There could be necrotic fasciitis, flesh-eating
From
disease.
breathing
You wouldn't
the
believe.
air. Yeah, from breathing
See,
the air,
the
that is so.
Yeah. So when you're killing these things off, that's what you're just describing there, Courtney. That's like, that's what's happening. They're letting you know, going, hey, you're killing me. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to drive you crazy. So your biorhythm goes totally out of whack. And you're like, where are the negative ions? I need a shower. I need to stand in the rain. I went through 5 days of it all. And I'll tell you, it wasn't the most pleasant thing I've ever done, because I'm always used to eating. So now I do my juicing, and I have a very good friend that does that with me as well. And then I have 2 orthomolecular practitioners, scientists. I have 2 registered nutritionists, 2 live cell analysts. In case one's wrong, the other one's got to be right. See, that's the Jewish part in me. You always have to have 2, right? And that way you always know there's no mistake, right? And so then I have 130 healthcare professionals that I've seen, from nurses, doctors, surgeons. I am getting some surgery that's going to take 3 surgeons. They're going to go in and do some surgery on my inferior venous cava. My inferior venous cava is the return flow from my feet, because my feet have these spots on it from the iron, and it's kind of like rust. And mine has narrowed from this compression of this large mass that compressed it. But now the mass is greatly reduced. And they were asking me, I had to go through this big interview, and they asked me what I did, and I had to tell them what I was doing with all this stuff. And there, half the stuff they didn't even know about. It's not in the medical Medica.
Doesn't it piss you off?
Well, yeah, I was happy to find out about that, but they knew for 6 months prior, never ever told me that it was working. But I kept going because I felt better, and I cut out all the pharmaceuticals, except I have a blood pressure pill that I take and a glucose pill that I take, because my blood pressure went to 238. You know, you're pretty much going to pop by then, right? But now it's like 127, 132. And my glucose was like 17, and it's supposed to be like you're considered a full-blown diabetic at 9, and I'm 17. So I'm just recovering from that. My mistake was corrected by Dr. Gabriel Cousins. My mistake was I was putting in high glycemic vegetables. Beets has high sugar content. Carrots do. Apples do. So I had to have a big change.
Even onions.
You can have a sweet onion. Yeah, absolutely. I don't juice onions, but I have been soaking them on my feet, though. Because my feet are in rough shape because of the inferior venous cava coming down. And then my thoracic aorta enlarged, was dilated. And they're like, well, why is that? And well, I was an orchestra flute player for years, so that's a natural occurrence and you can be born that way too. But they're all trying to freak me out, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we're going to line you up for another dose of chemotherapy. And I said, no, you're not. I said, no, thank you. And I'd researched the monoclonal antibodies, and I found the lady that actually extracted it from the Chinese hamster's ovaries. I found her, and she worked there, but she doesn't work there anymore. She gave up killing the little mice. She didn't want to kill the little rats, right? And that's what they put inside you. And they charged my insurance $328,000 for 1 hour of that. And it cost 50 cents to make. So the cancer industry is a farce.
Yeah.
Total farce.
You know, there's a saying in Hebrew that the best doctor, send them to hell.
Yeah, the best doctor has a bone in his nose and a bag of herbs. That's the best doctor. But my doctor is pretty amazing. He's this young kid. He looks like young Sheldon. And he's just this young kid, and he tried really hard, and he worked with me too as well. And I must say that I can't say his name on here because of the medical system here, but he took on, he got, he was pushed around because he was helping me. Can you believe that? And they tried getting him in trouble. And he was sitting in his office recently, and he goes, Howard, he says, I just want to scream. I want to run away. I just don't want to be here anymore. And I said, you know what? Don't let the bastards get to you. That's what I said to him. I said, you keep going. I said, you're the best thing that ever happened to me in this medical system. And I mentioned 2 other doctors too, but I can mention 30 other really bad ones. And I said, don't do it. Don't give in to them. I said, and whatever you do, don't believe in what they're saying or doing, because then you're taking that home and your cortisol level is going to go up. I said, and by the looks to you, I said, I've known you for about 6 months now. I said, and your blood pressure is through the roof. I said, look at your face. And he's like, you're absolutely right. And I said, well, I don't want to be wrong, and I don't like to be right about this, but it's something, and you're my friend. And I told him I loved him. I said, I love you very much. I said, and I'll do anything you need done. I said, I know a lot of people. You need something, you let me know. Because he helped me. He sent me to the surgeon. See, they wouldn't do anything here for me. That's how I found out my masses were greatly reduced. It was from his referral to a surgeon that only goes into the retroperitoneal cavity. That's right inside the back, the lower back area. It's in behind the descending aorta. So it's not like, you can find a surgeon that does that. There's not just any general surgeon. So I went to see this guy. What a sweetheart. He was a beautiful man.
That's a dangerous area. That's like,
yeah, I had a 60 to 80% chance of dying with the surgery.
Wow.
So he took me in under his wing, and he put his hand on me, which is rare. Put his hand on my leg, and he goes, Howard, you can trust me. He says, you've been through a lot. He says, but you can trust me here. And he says, those masses are greatly reduced. You keep doing what you're doing. All right. And in other words, and he sent a note off to the BC Cancer Agency, and he sent a note off to all the hematologists and the oncologists and all that, how I was displeased with what they had done. After they were done with me, I suffered a pulmonary embolism, and they wheelchaired me out onto a park bench and left me there.
Wow.
Yeah. They did not bring me to an emergency room. They didn't want the accountability in the cancer agency. They wheelchaired me out. They got me into a chair. You're all drugged up from it, right? You're all messed up. You're going to do whatever they say. So I got in the wheelchair, and it's all video. I kept the video going. Hey, I've never put it up on the internet, and I don't know if I will. I'll come to that point in my life one day when I do my bio, my biography. But my healthcare representative is like, what the hell's going on? She's there. And she drives up. And of course, I've got everything going. And she's like, what the hell's going on? So the nurse, she comes running out. She goes, we just got him out here so you could pick him up. So meanwhile, you got a pulmonary embolism freaking going on. And this is what you do.
And they just outside?
Yeah, they wheelchaired me outside and put me on a park bench. I'm not kidding. Welcome to socialistic healthcare in Canada. Yeah. If they say free healthcare, I'd like to see some free good.
Here in Israel, if this happens, they're gonna get sued.
You can't sue here in this country. You can sue the medical system, but there's a cap by the Law Society of $350,000. So by the time you pay $350,000 for your lawyer, what are you going to get? $0.
Yeah.
So they got it all worked out with their pals, and the whole thing's rigged. See, I hired 3 lawyers plus my personal lawyer. Nothing. I'd spend more than what I have at it if I had to, sue them. So I dropped that route. I just went, you're not worth it. You're already dirtbags. You don't need me to tell you you're a dirtbag. You know you are.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it. But I must go and juice. It's been a pleasure, Courtney. Love you.
Thanks for coming up. Love you too.
Yeah, you take care. You have a great day, and thanks for letting me vent. But I must go and get the juice going on. You all take care.
Oh, you too. Thank you for
See
coming
you,
up.
Rebel. See you, Yossi.
Bye. holy shit. Like,
He has a huge personal testimony.
holy moly, guys.
It's
If you haven't went
amazing.
over there, you need to check out Food Forest Permaculture and Howie. Holy smokes.
And if you
That
want
guy,
to, if you want to know about growing your own food, about being healthy, and what it takes to be healthy, that is the channel you need to be looking at. Because
Yeah.
I know what he says, I have the knowledge of it, but I can't practice it because I should. I know I should. Everything I know, everything I've been taught, tells me I should. But it's
I'm
very
sorry,
hard.
but I couldn't do it, I don't think. I like cheeseburgers.
Well,
I like meat. But
What
everything.
am I
he
going
is
to say?
not wrong. Everything he says is science.
I know, he's
Yeah.
freaking amazing.
He is so knowledgeable. When you first listen, you don't realize exactly how smart that man is and how
Yeah.
much knowledge he has to give. And his heart is even bigger.
I know. Like,
It's just,
I mean, to be like to go through what he's going through and not have like some kind of bitter
Ugh,
anger or anything, he's just not like that.
yeah.
and if you watch some of his older videos with the Food Forest, I mean, it is amazing. That's where I got hooked. Is I wanted to do a food forest, but nobody's doing one in North America in my climate.
Yeah.
So he was one of the few, even though his climate is so much better than mine, he's one of the few that's actually growing things in North America that I could look at and see what I could grow when I was looking and doing research on what can I even grow here.
Well, Courtney, the biggest thing is balance. If
Yeah.
you eat and do stuff with balance, you can eat everything.
That's true.
So,
Oh Lord. But yeah, so
Wow.
that was impressive, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
unexpected.
he's
I didn't even get a chance to talk to him when I really wanted to talk to him because I did a lot of when my dad had cancer. I did a lot of research, you know, to find like herbal stuff and you know and
I'm pretty sure he's no.
hey Andel. But yeah, so I did a lot of research and stuff, and I would love to have talked to him about it, but you know, about mushrooms and stuff like that. About shiitake mushrooms and how they shrink tumors and
Yeah.
you know, and you know, that kind of stuff. So
Even lemon. Lemon I know a guy who had like been eating because he was diagnosed with a tumor, and the doctor said that they can do nothing to him. So every day he hit like 50 lemons every day for 4 years, and the tumor was gone,
yeah.
completely gone.
I made my dad drink this juice. It was Magdalene. It's a fruit of the desert.
Okay.
I can't think of it right now. There's a whole bunch of research on this specific type of fruit and how it can do stuff for cancer. So he basically bought this juice all the time and took shots of it like out every day.
Well,
What is mangolease? I can't think of it right now.
if you look in history, there is like proof to have everything that you can find in nature to kill yourself from everything. So
Yeah, I mean, biblically, and from a biblical Old Testament standpoint, so God told us that we have every herb of the field to provide a cure for ourselves.
yes,
We've just lost the knowledge on which ones do what, and we really have to get a lot of that back.
not only that, because we lack the knowledge, so nothing is pure anymore.
Right.
Hey guys.
My dog needs out. I'll be right back.
So if you have like a nerve to carry headaches, it's not gonna be pure anymore because pollution and stuff that in the air and the soil.
Yeah, but like Howie said, hemp. I was in the medical field for 23 plus years, and I was told hemp was a horrible thing and it was terrible. And then, yeah, because the pharmaceutical companies can't control it as a
Yeah.
cure.
Of course.
And so then my patients were telling me different, and personal people I knew outside of the hospital. I shouldn't say my patients, but my friends that I knew outside of my hospital, more so even, were saying that they were receiving benefits and cures, but I don't want to say the word cure, but just
Yeah.
benefits, because they weren't necessarily cured, but they were receiving a lot of benefits and seeing things really help them. And so I started looking at it and researching it and seeing outside of my single tunnel vision of what I was told. And then I realized that, yeah, there's a lot of people that are getting a lot of benefits from a lot of things that I was told wasn't beneficial.
Well, I had like half a year ago a lot of issues with my health, and the only thing that I did was drink cranberry juice, and my blood pressure go down, and I lost weight, and my urine is better, only to drink cranberry juice. So, in the medical field, don't want you to know that stuff.
I don't know if it's like they don't want you to know, but that's not what they teach their doctors.
No.
They don't.
So
they
the
don't
doctors don't know anything. I mean, they do. I'm not saying doctors aren't smart.
They have to do it for themselves.
They
have to
only
research it
know
for
what
themselves.
they've been taught.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's so easy to give you like a pill.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the problems with the medical practice, hint practice, that goes back to a couple hundred years. That they once they started quote studying it in formal structured universities and stuff, a lot of stuff that they didn't have the ability to understand got poo-pooed and pushed away, and it was basically stuff where don't want to say it wrong, come out wrong, but a lot of stuff was knife work.
Yeah.
And then they started, then people started understanding the chemicals and stuff and reactions and stuff, but still some of the old wives' tales remedies were poo-pooed because anybody could create those, and if you're not a doctor, you shouldn't be using those. And over the last, especially like during the Civil War and stuff, that was one of the problems and stuff. But there are a lot of things that even today, when people are using modern stuff and then going into the hospital and stuff, I forget who was telling the story about putting something. Was it was it plantain or something like that on a cut or something? And they got in there, and the doctor was saying, "Who irrigated and cleaned this?" And he goes, "Oh, I put this on it," and and basically it absorbed everything out of there. And so when they got, yeah, so there's a lot of things that modern medicine teaches because of old phobias against apothecary, apothecary, whatever type medicine and stuff, because they didn't understand it, because they didn't understand the chemicals of it, where people just realized, okay, you use this gives this, and this has this effect, and that was passed down, and they wanted only doctors can know how to do medicine. You have to have a degree to know anything about medicine, and that's not true.
Yeah.
Yes, if you think about it, a few years ago, the doctor did know about cleanliness and bacteria and keep everything clean. There was how we call it, like a nun that started this whole thing.
Florence Nightingale.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, one of the prime examples is that Abraham Lincoln, when he was shot, they were
I'll be right back.
poking
My
around
dog
in
needs
there
back
about
in.
their hands, and it caused more damage because we're doctors, we know what we're doing, poke, prod, not realizing that poking and prodding is causing more damage, and that's what actually there's a lot of for forensic scientists to say if they hadn't poked and prodded, he might have lived. So, and there was one of the other presidents. They were poking and prodded, and he got infection, and he died from the infection, not from the gunshot wound.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just, I had a chiropractor who wasn't just a chiropractor. He was a doctor of chiropractic, which means he went another several more years to be on chiropractic school, and a doctor of orthopedics. So he had like 8 years more of university training than a normal medical doctor did. And he was so much on, herbal stuff and, wanting to treat the symptom, not treat the symptom, but treat the cause, not just the symptom.
Hey, Fishes.
Not like some people, they'll go, here, take these pain medications and this and go to physical therapy. No, you need to put the bones back in the right place. If you got a sprain or whatever, you need to get it put back in, not just tape it up and give you pain pills.
Yeah, and they say comfrey can heal broken bones.
Carol, the Lincoln shot when it went in, it was kind of deep, but it was in a non-life-threatening area in the skull. He could have lived, but because they went prodding in and poking and damaging and everything else around, looking for it because they didn't understand. If they had an X-ray, they could have looked at it and said, "Oh, okay, we're going to let him stabilize, and then we'll go in later and with the proper tools and pull it." And that's the thing; a lot of the proper tools weren't around then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Yozi, what are you going to plant first?
Well, first of all, I'm ordering today my soil. So in a few days, it's gonna arrive.
Yeah.
And I need to buy buckets, and I can buy it very easily. But I'm gonna plant the two type of peppers that I have. It's like the big red and the giant.
Ooh.
You see that?
Yep.
Marconi. Sorry, it's really blurry.
Marconi pepper.
Yeah. Because my camera is slow. Yeah. And this is the two type of pepper that I'm gonna put first.
Garden State Garden, there's nothing dark red wine, not sweet. Dark red wine, not sweet, and it can cure everything. So you just drink that and you'll be fine.
And I'm gonna plant this cucumber.
Ooh. Is that the Marketmore? Is that what it says? I love cucumbers.
Spectrum. Yeah. If the camera can.
Too close. All right. A little bit. There we go. Right there.
Oh,
Space Maker.
Yeah.
Space Master.
And this is I'm gonna plan it for the cucumber challenge for Garden State Garden challenge, and then I got the peas that I want to do.
Cool.
And sweet potato and regular potato and maybe that beet. It depends how many buckets I'm gonna buy in the beginning. So I'm very excited.
Yeah.
To answer Joe's question in the chat, I need 530 now.
Ooh.
Go, Tammy. I'm gonna run your stuff
Count me
today.
down.
Everybody
Count me
needs
down.
to
Count
run
me down.
Tammy's stuff.
Well,
Please.
I am working on playlist for your stuff on my channel.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Yossi. You're awesome. Thank you. Oh. But I'm counting it down. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I can't type. I can either see the chat or have another screen open where I can read it. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do both. So when it goes by, I have to either comment on it or my brain forgets.
And if you
It's okay. I get it.
pull up YouTube and muted it, it's so confusing because the delay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many buckets are you getting, Yossi, for your garden?
I hope at least 7.
Awesome.
And then I got like a big area that I can do on top from the ceiling to do flowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm excited for you. I cannot wait to see what you can do. I know you live in a small apartment, but it's just going to be cool to see what you're going to do. And the coolest part is you can educate people as you're going because you are in a my dog keeps oh no, it's Ellie. Sorry. Somebody keeps messing with the door. It's freaking me out. But it's going to be cool because you live in a small apartment and you know, it's just going to be neat to see the developments of your plants like over this period of time. So you're going to be a really important educational channel for Shed Wars because people are going to be watching that. You know what I mean? So it's going to be cool.
Not only that, I am the first person from Israel to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
You're awesome.
Well, this year is gonna be like a big experiment for me, and then next year maybe it's gonna be even bigger.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh my God, Yossi's gonna have like freaking aquaponics in his bedroom. It's gonna have like all these fish and shit. He's gonna be like, yeah, I'm like, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see it. You're awesome.
Well, I have this room, and it's barely for now. It's like storage. We don't use it, so
Yeah,
I have the space.
get some grow lights up in there.
If I don't need the sun, basically, I can do whatever.
Yeah, there's so much that you can do. It's gonna be cool to watch.
You know, that's funny because I searched like soil to buy, and I click on the first page of Google, and they didn't say nothing. There was in Hebrew, and when I went to pay, I saw the total. It was like 1,000 something shekels. The freaking thing, they didn't say that, but the freaking thing, they wanted to send me from Iceland, the soil. Only the shipping is 900 and something shekels.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. That's right, Garden State Gardener.
We'll get you composting. You'll be making your own soil.
Yeah.
That might be really difficult in his apartment. And
Difficult to me.
if it smells, his neighbors are going to be like, where are the dead bodies?
Well,
Well, you can do if you do composting right, there won't be any odor.
Yeah.
Hopefully
You have to have a big carbonaceous diaper.
my plan for next year, my mind is so like I'm thinking about the next year. To after a few days of rain, to go to the garden because we have land. It's not a garden. We have land, but it's like for everybody.
Yeah. So is Lent there the same as like in the Jewish world? Is it the same as Catholic? Like it's the same or no? I'm
About what?
confused because I love Lent. It's my favorite time of year. So I was just curious as to if it's the same time frame. It's not, is it?
Lent is specifically Catholic. There's no Lent.
Yeah.
I'm speaking about like there is like the building, and there's like a land of grass.
I just totally misunderstood you then.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's a grass. So my plan for next year, after a few days of rain,
Okay.
to dig and find worms.
Yes.
Okay. So sorry. My head's not right.
And you know the buckets, the big blue ones that you can screw the top on.
Yeah.
It's a very good thing for me to do the compost there for next year.
Okay.
The bucket is a little expensive, but I can buy it, 1 or 2, and do
A
it.
55-gallon barrel. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, barrels.
there is like a
That size.
cap on with like
The locking ring.
wind
A
a
rubber
ring to-
seal, and then it comes
Yeah.
down, and then it
and
clamps.
screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here in Israel, the Ethiopians do it for do like butter and doing like beer in it.
Mhm. Yeah. I have 2 of them. I store my water at the cabin.
So I think that is gonna be perfect for do such a thing, and have worm and soil and do the soil for next week here.
That's cool. Okay, so are you okay? You're a part of Shed Wars, Tammy, right? Or are you actually going to do the gardening and all that? Or are you actually? I don't know how. What is your role?
I'm just a regular Shed Wars person.
Okay, I didn't know if they asked you to do other things or what. But cool.
Nobody's asked me to do anything like that yet. So,
I'm totally doing survival gardening this year, and I think it's a good thing. So I'm just planting the basics, nothing unusual.
The biggest part that I am so excited about is to take what I produce and make a video cooking it.
Mhm.
yes. Yes. That'll be cool to see.
That'd be awesome, Yosi. That's totally you. That's you.
Yep.
You need a house in the country, Yosi.
Yeah. Animals. I need animals.
Are you like allowed to have like a dog in your apartment? Are you not allowed?
Yes, but it's it's a little complicated because we are 3 men in the house, so we don't clean much.
Oh. Okay, y'all. Yosi needs a woman.
Hey, all you single women in America.
All you single ladies.
This is a foreign husband you can import to America.
We need someone to cook and clean.
No, he cooks.
I
You gotta
cook.
push
Oh,
the
I don't
okay,
need
so
to
you need
cook.
someone to
He
clean.
just wants a wife that cleans.
There
Yeah.
you
To clean
And
and
I
help
am
him in the
vertigo.
garden.
go.
A wife who
In
gardens.
Vertigo, my father is a lion, so the house is a mess.
Mm.
We'll find you a nice Jewish woman. What is
Yeah.
there's a name for the matchmaker. Be careful, Yossi. We'll get the matchmaker on this.
Well, I think it's about time, no?
Yes, it is. Watch out. I have matchmade 3 couples and their marriages have outlasted all of mine put together.
You need to find a woman that loves food as much, it's cooking and all that as much as you do, because then you can just impress her with your cooking ways.
So I got a question for you guys. Starting onions from seed.
Yeah.
Best way to do it.
Just put them in a tray, like get the dirt, put it in like not like the separated little pods, but like
Right.
just a regular tray.
Okay.
And then put the seeds in there real lightly. No, they're real small seeds, so you don't have to bury them or anything. You
Right.
just, sow them on the top, press them, put a little bit of dirt on top, not a whole lot.
Just sprinkle like a topping of flour or sugar
Yeah.
or whatever on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then put them with water and put a little bit of water on the top and just wait. And that's how you do it.
And use
Do
fresh
you can-
seed, because if it's old seed, it won't work.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got
You
fresh.
can-
I got fresh seed.
You can do direct soil with the
Not
onion
with
and
onions,
garlic
not with onion seeds. You'll never get direct
and
sow.
garlic.
Garlic you can. I've never seen garlic seeds. I
Okay.
don't think that's a thing. Garlic bulbs, you can plant. Like right now, I'd be planting them right now because it's cold. You want to plant them when it's cold. And then at
So
that
if
point,
I buy garlic from the store, I can plant it, or
you can. It has
Yeah.
to be organic,
no? Okay.
because what they do is they spray stuff
Mm.
on vegetables to keep it from sprouting and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And that would be a huge problem if you just took something home from the store and tried to plant it. You have to make sure it's organic.
Yeah.
Because I know that with the
Cool. That
Yeah.
Walla Walla is the same as Veldalia, but they can't use Veldalia onions on their thing because it's a marketed
Right.
the
thing. So Walla
tomatoes
Walla
from
is
the
Veldalia.
store.
Are
I
they
know
all,
the tomato from the store. The seed is so small,
Yeah.
so
And
the
it's gonna
recipe
have
tell.
and it's gonna have like that watery whatever membrane around it as well. You can, put it in
So-
water and soak it off.
If
and
I
then
want to
I would
harvest like the seed from the cucumber for next year, how
Yeah.
how
Well,
can
what
I
you'd
do
have
that?
to do is pull it. You'd have to wait. It would probably be your last cucumber of the season. Let it fully mature.
Okay.
yellow?
Pull it off. Then scoop all the seeds out of it. Now they're going to have that membrane
Loves Life joined.
on it. It's going to be slimy.
Yeah.
So you can put them on a paper towel, let them dry out, and then they would be ready for you for next year. Keep them in a cool, dry place.
And Gil, did you make sure you have the right onions for your area?
Yeah.
Because you have to
All
make
right.
sure you got the long day versus the short day
Usually-
onions.
This one here is from the local nursery, and
Okay.
this is what they sell for local area.
Because the north you can only grow one kind, and the south you can only grow the other kind. I don't know where you fall
Hi, Mr. Punisher.
in the
Yeah.
middle there.
I mean, it's like this is the same company. The tomatoes I planted, I already got 3 of them have sprouted already. These aromas,
Nice.
and these are going to be for the for the indoor garden experiment I'm doing.
Okay. Because I was going to say, like, you're starting stuff now. It definitely would be extremely leggy before you could plant them in June.
Yeah, so no, see, it's going to be everything. All the thing I'm planting right now is for staying indoors for a year-round indoor garden experiment I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that way, if I can get this stuff here to grow year-round indoors, then that gives us fresh vegetables in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
need long day onions for the north, and for the south, you need short day onions. It has a lot to do with the equator and the sun and everything else. You
Yeah.
want long day onions if you live where we live.
Mm.
Yeah.
I have a
Okay.
question. Like, there is a reason. Like, this package of carrot seeds, I have 500 seeds, but this one I have 300. Is like, what is the reason of that?
I don't know. Those
Maybe
ones
some are
look like
just more
red.
productive.
Are those like Atomic Red or something, or
Yeah,
Red
I think
Dragon?
And
yeah, I
this
think
one
it's because
is
the ones are red.
300 of the.
Yeah, that it's just a rare carrot.
Yeah.
By the
Oh,
way,
okay.
I planted those before. They're really good. The red ones.
And
I planted
What,
this
pretty much.
what were
one,
I
your
planted
ones,
the
Courtney, that
lightest
came out?
carrots.
I'm sorry. What were the
this
ones
one
that came
has
out that were short and stout?
I don't know. They're those are
fatty.
ox hearts. Yeah,
Okay,
those are
okay.
ox hearts, and they're short and they're thick.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is like when you make a roast or something,
Mm-hmm.
or you make soup and you just kind of cut it up and they're real big and chunky.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks so cool.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like
I just figured like a potato, they'd be easier to cut up.
yeah, they're
like
really
even
cool
the
carrots.
basil, this basil, I have
I love
500
Genevieve's
seeds.
basil.
Mm-hmm.
I have 500 seeds. So
Yeah, a lot of the
I
herbs come
thought
that way.
maybe you need to plant like more seeds at once because they're not very good. Like,
No,
It's
no,
just
no.
they're also sold by the weight. So some seeds
Yeah.
okay.
there's more seed because it's a smaller seed than
Yeah.
ones that are bigger.
And some seeds are more rare
Mhm.
too. They just don't put off a lot of seed, the plants, and
That
they're more
makes
rare.
sense because these beans have like
Or not people.
25 seeds in it.
That's why this year, like, okay, I'm
Those are big.
focused on survival gardening. So I didn't get a lot of my seeds through Baker Creek or the heirloom companies because I want, and not that I don't like heirloom seeds. I love them. I think they're fabulous. Okay.
Yeah.
And I love the stories behind it. And I think people should continue to do the heirloom seeds. Okay. It's wonderful. However, I'm not planting a garden full of rare carrots.
Yeah.
I want carrots for mass quantity.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? I want 5,000 of these Danver carrots, or this F1 hybrid, because I'm planting in mass quantities, and that's what's going to survive for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you have your long winter too, so you have to really plug in
I don't
as
want
much as you
300
can.
of those red carrots
Yeah.
seeds for my. I mean, they're wonderful. They taste great. If you
Mhm.
want a different variety of carrots for a big garden, yeah, you can plant a few of that. But if you want a big, production, big, you got to think big.
Yeah.
Enough to make it worth canning.
Exactly.
If I want to plant like the carrots
Or
and
tomatoes.
leave it to the next year,
Tomatoes. Sorry.
Sorry.
plant like carrots and leave it to the next year like you did in your soil. So I need to plant it in the same time or later? How it goes?
Well, with your carrot, you need to find your extension service. You have a ministry. I looked it up. You have like a ministry of agriculture that's actually quite like it functions all over the world. They really help other countries with their food production. So if you have like something like that, you've got to have universities that are teaching people in agriculture, and that's what you need to find.
There
It's a
is-
university
the
that's
problem is-
extension.
The problem is too far for me.
No, you don't go anywhere. It's online.
Fine.
Okay.
It's online. Like right now, like I can look up ours is the University of Florida Extension Service.
If you find it, send it to me.
Yeah, I'm researching it for you, but I don't speak Hebrew. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
read it. So, I mean, Google sometimes translates and sometimes they don't. So, but I'm
Yeah,
trying my
I'm sorry.
best.
The only thing I know in Hebrew is shalom. So
Yeah.
The problem with
Shabbat
Google,
shalom.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
the biggest problem with Google
Yeah.
is if I research something,
Hmm.
they trying to sell me something false. Like when I try to understand when to plant stuff,
Yeah.
trying to send me seeds before everything.
Oh, the ads. Yeah, you got to scroll. You got to keep scrolling until you get to the real stuff. They got all their paid advertisers at the top. Got a nice area.
Oh, guys, I love you guys. This is
Did
like
you get-
seriously the best group I've ever.
Fishes, did you see my
created.
message
These
that
are
I
amazing.
sent you?
I didn't see the latest one, but I saw, that you got your soil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ordered it.
I have to tell you something. that Gardner Josh was ready to send you money if it was a money issue.
Well, he
He
did.
was ready
That
to
is the
even
reason.
send you his birthday money, Yossi.
He did. That is the reason that I bought the soil.
Oh, so he wouldn't do that.
Well, we love
So
you,
funny.
Yossi.
Awesome.
He loves you. We loved you. We just wanted to see you get your soil and be able to start. Yeah.
Bob, why am I in the basement? What did I do? I
Oh,
didn't do
Lord.
anything.
Tammy's in the
So,
basement tonight. I think
I
he
wouldn't
needs
wanna
a
be-
show. She might be sleeping in the basement.
I was only ever in Bob's basement one time, and I ate all of his damn popsicles. So he kicked me out.
Wait, there's ice cream in the basement?
Yeah, and his
No,
Oh,
no.
hey.
Buy popsicles.
oh
It's not
popsicles.
us.
He won't put
Ice
me in the
cream is not-
basement because of my.
I just
Adoration
started
for Chris.
Googling over here for Yossi. I didn't get as far as Fishes did, but you are in growing zone 10B.
Oh, 10?
10B. Jerusalem is 10B. You can grow just about everything.
You're in my growing zone. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
live in the
Fishes does.
south, so it's maybe a little different.
You have to start right away though if you're in 10B because our growing zone is shortening now as the summer comes. I don't know if you guys are going into summer or not because it's different on your side of the world compared to us. But as I head into
No, it's
spring,
probably
spring just drops
almost-
right
same
into
as us.
summer.
Yeah.
And we have
Bob.
He's not in the
I
southern
didn't-
hemisphere. He's in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. He's in the northern hemisphere.
It's
He's on the
growing
also. It depends on too. Like I'm closer to the equator. It depends on what he's feeling. Even if he's 10B, I don't know where he's at season wise.
Well,
like,
included for the
temperature-wise.
research that I did,
Yeah.
I need to have like nights of 60 degrees
for your carrots or what?
for everything, for the tomatoes, the cucumber.
Yeah. Ours don't drop into the 60s at night. We maintain 70 and above like almost all the time. Our lowest is 35. I think it's about 35 to 40 degrees is considered our frost.
Yeah,
That's
we
why we're
had
TV.
like a 2 day of like a
Fahrenheit.
like heat wave, and now
Yeah.
it's back to the
Yeah.
50s.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yossi, what big city is near you?
Yeah, that's
The
a good
biggest
question.
cities
Gil. Oh,
is
Gil's doing the
Be-
research now.
I live in between Beersheba and Ashkelon.
There you
Okay,
go.
because I'm
the
looking
middle.
here and it lists Jerusalem as 10B, Jaffa as 11A. I can't. I'm probably going to pronounce it. Holon, Holon, is
Yeah.
11A, and Herzliya
Herzliya.
is 11A as well.
Which one
But
are you
there's-
closer to?
But there's 28 more rows on this.
Which
Yeah, you need, if you can search by name, try Beersheba.
Beersheba?
Yeah.
Can you
I didn't even
spell
think-
that?
Beersheba, Ashkelon.
Sorry, Tammy, go ahead.
How do you spell it, Yossi?
I can put it on the
Thanks, guys.
chat.
Thank-
Give me a
Yeah,
second.
thank you so much because I'm putting together a cabinet right now and I want him to have that info. I know all of us do. But yeah, with 10B right now, I was just looking at ours and right now, March, and then it goes into April, and then I go through May, June. This is why Shed Wars is difficult for us in Florida. We go into May, June, July, and
10B, Yossi.
August starts at
10B.
Okay.
Yeah,
10B.
10B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can only plant sweet
Beersheba.
potatoes in 1, 2, 3 months.
I put
That's all.
another one. Ashkelon is even closer a little bit because I'm in between these two cities.
Yeah, you're right in the
Hey,
middle
Siri.
of 10B.
Does Beersheba have an extension service for growing gardens?
Well, we have a big university in Beersheba.
And
Yeah,
Ash-
probably they
Ecology and
probably do.
greening, Beersheba.
Ashkelon is 11A.
And I'm exactly in between them.
So you know what? Glenn has that, but he's between 9A and 10B. So that's actually really
That's a
good. You can
You
grow a lot
grow
more.
a lot of things. Outdoors.
Yeah,
A
I'm
lot
looking
of
at the-
things outdoors year round.
At the map here, you're right in the middle of 10B.
Okay.
Oh, wow. In 2017, it says this. It says a garden for every resident project. The city has reserved an area in the Leon. Is that how you say it? Yep. Leon. N-E-O, the thing, O-T-L-O-N. Not Leon? Not Leon?
Ben Gurion.
No, Leon. Okay. Neighborhood for the cultivation of, oh, damn it, Siri. It went away. Hold on. For the cultivation of personal gardens. This is
Okay.
the article's called Ecology and Greening Beersheba.
I don't know if you can share that, Courtney, or it's or not.
Let me see if I can find it.
Can you send him the link, Fishes?
I'm trying to look it up on my laptop.
Yeah. See, right here's in the middle. This is 10B right here. So that's where Beersheba is right there. So
Okay.
yeah. So and then you got 10A is over here. 11A is over there. You want 11B, you got to get up here on the water here, on the east side there. But yeah. So you're right there in the middle of 10B.
Because my city is small. My city is called Kiryat Gat.
All right, I'm gonna put it in the live in the.
I'm trying to find.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me rethink that. I'm gonna put it in the privates.
Yeah.
Just in case it's got. Because I think you can copy it easier in the private sometimes.
Yeah.
I put it in the chat what this
I'll put
my
it in the
city's-
chat too. I'll put it in the chat.
My city is called.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why I was able to ask Siri. There, I put them in both. Yossi, that article.
Okay.
And it's also I also threw the link to this map thing in there as well.
Oh, wow. You're in a really good area, it says.
It's an amazing area. I would love to be a gardener there.
Yeah, it says Beersheba is teeming with self-sustaining indigenous plant life and non-indigenous climate-appropriate vegetation, as well as some invasive, sounds like Florida, alien species of flora. Let's see.
Yeah, Beersheba is more desert, and
Yeah.
Ashkelon, it's like more closer to the sea, and I live
Okay.
in between them.
Oh, you live in
Ash-
Florida. You basically live in Florida.
Ashkelon have the sea.
Except we're wet. We're wet during the only thing is we're very wet during our summer, and when the heat starts, the wetness starts, that's why things tend to mildew, mold, what's that other, blight. We get blight pretty easy. I'm dealing with it. Mango, top of my mango, I've got to rip out a mango tree. See if I can put it somewhere else.
Because Beersheba
Yeah, this is a really good article. Just talks about that area.
Yeah.
You can grow
Yeah.
passion vine. Oh my gosh, you can grow passiflora.
Yeah.
Summer savory and rosemary grow wild there. Courtney is now very jealous. She wants to grow rosemary.
Yes, super.
I
Love rosemary.
I think Q is sending me passiflora seeds.
I might be able to send you passiflora seeds that are fresh.
Nice.
Yeah. So then you could, but they get big. It's a big vining thing. I don't know how your place would feel. You need it'll just go everywhere.
Yeah.
But they're expensive, like
Yeah.
the fruit. So
Yeah, I love
maybe
it.
your neighbors will let it arch over into theirs too.
But it is what it is. It's not like I live in Israel, so
Yeah.
not like I can do anything about
Yeah,
it.
but you're like a production farmer. You're going to be a production farmer now with all those seeds, man.
He's gonna have
I'm
a
jealous.
personal market garden.
Right? A total market garden.
I'm not gonna be selling my though.
No, but a personal
Yeah.
one, like Shay
Personal,
Elliott.
she said.
Shay Elliott doesn't sell hers either, but she has a market garden that she does market garden style gardening for herself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I
Especially
even
right now.
can get, I saw that in the in the website that I bought the soil from
Shh, hold on.
is from a place in Rishon LeZion, and they sell like a big, like tent, but square tent to grow stuff.
Okay, here's the university that would have the information. The Ben Gurion
Ben
University in
Gurion, yes,
Negev.
it's the biggest university.
Well, that's your
And Israel.
extension. Thank you,
That's-
Tammy.
That's where they're doing eco activism and
Yes,
teaching
that is
people how to
that
do
is in
gardening.
Beersheba.
yeah.
So you
Ben
could even
Gurion is
call
in
them,
Beersheba.
you'll see, and they probably, if you can't find it on their website, unless Tammy found it, that's your extension service, basically.
Yeah, now that I know, I can do more research about it.
Yeah,
I'm lazy sometimes, you know.
it's okay. You're not lazy, you're busy.
We're gonna
Yeah.
pull you right along with us. You're not gonna get to be. I'm the lazy gardener. I already claimed that, so we're gonna pull you right along with us, Josie, and you're
Mhm.
gonna have to keep up.
So I am the concrete guardian because my apartment is concrete.
Yeah. The concrete gardener. I like that. You could have a separate channel as that. The Israeli concrete gardener. You could.
Yeah.
Hello.
There you go.
There you go. It would be awesome.
Second
would be
channel.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your Gmail account set up. A new Gmail account for Concrete Gardener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would put your name in front of it though, so people know like you've got two channels. Yossi's Israeli concrete.
Rosie's Concrete Garden.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But try and put Israel in there because people
Yeah,
always
yeah.
want to look all over the world to see what's going on, especially gardeners. We like that. I'll look
Yozi's Concrete Garden of Israel.
beautiful.
Bam. You got this.
Even if properly.
Yeah, side chat. They're talking about what's
Yeah,
going
Jay.
on over there.
Yeah, I don't wanna-
Yeah, don't put too much in there. Don't put names.
Yeah.
I
places.
don't want to know, so
But yeah, Jay,
I
that's
really
perfect.
I want to keep this about like gardening and canning
Yeah.
and talking
Yeah.
about stuff. I don't want to talk about anything that has to do with the world right now because the world
Yeah.
sucks.
I don't.
Well, and the propaganda out there sucks too because they're trying to beat the hope out of us. Like Jay did bring up, even here, they're trying to do that. They're
I don't
trying to make
listen
us
to
hopeless so we'll
the
follow
news.
any directive.
I don't listen to the news. I don't read
Yeah.
nothing.
I don't either.
I don't want to know nothing. I want to stay innocent.
Yeah,
I want to just be happy and not think about the BS right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want
Until
to just
something
garden.
hopefully happens, then I'll be like, okay,
Garden, Josh, you're awesome. I like tomatoes.
yeah, me too. Not
Well, speaking of tomatoes, this year I'm gonna try this one,
So pretty.
the black
Oh,
cherry.
Angel put it in there.
Now, you know
Boom.
that's-
Angel, where did you? Boom! She just came out of nowhere.
Hashtag Yozi's
she was
Concrete
there.
Garden.
Garden.
She was here.
so
We gotta
you
put
know that
Israeli concrete garden or in Israel. It's got to have the Israel tag to it because that's going to
Yeah.
bring a lot of flow to his channel. That's what I need to
Of
change.
Israel.
And- Hmm?
Of
Yard
Israel.
goats.
I can't hear you, Tammy. I'm sorry.
I said it has to say of Israel on the end.
Yes, of Israel.
But you know, Yossi, those are just cherry tomatoes. They're just little tiny
Yeah.
eating ones. They're not.
I
That'd
have
be nice though for
This one.
salads and stuff.
Hmm.
That looks like aroma.
It's Amish paste.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
Amish paste? Perfect.
Yeah,
for
that's what we
sauces.
planted for 2 years is Amish paste, and they're huge. They get big.
you know
And they're
I have
really
plans
easy
for
to
this. That's called pizza.
Yeah, they
Right?
make pizza sauce. Very good.
And
It's so
especially
awesome.
the basil with that.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
basil.
You have a pizza garden. There you
There you
go.
go.
Get your little
Spinach,
garlic.
basil, tomato pizza.
Hmm.
Get some
Ooh,
garlic. and
Instead
it's
of using a red sauce, use a white sauce because that'd be better.
Yeah. I like Alfredo sauce.
hmm
They attack in large packs. Yep, Jay, they do. They're like ninja cherry tomato killers. Yes. I still remember that. Attack of the killer tomatoes. Watching that when I was younger.
Speaking
I
of
love
tomatoes,
the
Song. Huh?
did you
I
know
love,
that
oh, go ahead.
turtles love tomatoes?
The turtles
They
like
like to eat.
tomatoes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have to
I
eat.
like grapes and tomatoes. I've seen them eat that. Don't ever give grapes though to a dog. It can
No,
cause kidney failure.
not
Raisins.
tomatoes and not grapes and not chocolate.
Yeah, not chocolate, not avocado either.
The dog can resistance a little bit of chocolate, but cats immediately
Oh, they have a.
they kill him
Yeah,
immediately.
dogs can resist it because I've heard of dogs getting up on tables and eating a bowl.
Um,
bowl and
My
stuff.
dog, they'll just go into the garden and pull it right off, including
For
my
what?
cucumbers.
Oh yeah, your veggies.
Oh
Well-
yeah, one time it was like the end of the season, and I'm picking what I can off, just tomato wise. My mom came across the way, so I was talking to her. So I set him down on a chair real quick because I was talking to her. I came back, I had one freaking tomato left.
Oh, it's interesting because I
We'll send
Known
you
of
those
dogs
muzzles for your
that-
dog for when.
known of dogs that love vegetable, and I know of dogs that spit them out. Like I seen on my eyes, like dog that eat like cucumbers and every vegetable, like even even what you call it.
What's
My
that
dogs
called?
used to love clementine oranges. My little pug would beg for clementine orange slices.
Nice,
Yes, they are, and so are peppers.
like cabbage.
Yeah, so is goji berries, Jay. I was just telling Garden State Gardener that a lot of
I
people don't
saw
know the goji
dogs
berries are
eat
nightshade.
cabbage.
So is
Cabbage.
gooseberry, is it?
Cabbage
What
and
about
what then?
cabbage? I would never feed my pug cabbage. Well, she's not with me anymore.
Well,
they
they
snore.
didn't try
snort
to
fart.
feed it. He just went to the garden and
Hey, LP.
eat it.
You never want to go.
He
That's
was-
like
He was like a rabbit. He'd eat the cabbage. He'd eat like the what is the another leaf thing? It's like cabbage but different.
it is.
Robbie?
Cauliflower.
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 Oh gosh, it's like gas for
So
days
He'd eat everything.
for a dog.
So Yossi, you can grow year round in Israel.
Yeah.
In
You
the
just-
winter, January, February, and March, you do seasonal vegetables: beets, broccoli, butternut, cauliflower, cabbage, carrots, Chinese cabbage, chicory, corn,
What about his
squashes,
hottest months, Tony?
cucumbers, eggplant, fennel, garlic, Jerusalem artichokes, kale, kohlrabi, leeks, lettuce, mushrooms,
Come here,
onions,
Mom.
potatoes, pumpkins, radishes, runner beans, and peppers. And sweet potatoes are bata, Swiss chard, and turnips.
So your hottest months, you probably, like me, have to grow just sweet potatoes.
April and May.
It'll
No,
fry.
no, he's got a huge list. April
No,
and
I
May.
can grow tons of stuff, but I can't during our hottest months because it fries everything.
And my hottest months is like August and September.
Okay.
Right. And
You
then
could maybe start stuff. I don't know.
What my mother used to do in the hottest summer months in California, we put shade cloth up
Yeah.
over some of the raised planter beds.
Yeah, you can do that, but in the hotter climates, you have to watch out for airflow because then you end up.
Yeah,
with all
you
kinds
put
of
it
bugs.
we put it about 3 foot above it, so there's plenty of airflow.
Oh, okay.
So then she can get in to pick whatever she wanted to.
Well,
and then
like I
April,
told you,
April and May is your peak garlic season, as well as all those other things, and mushrooms, onions, potatoes. And then June,
Is it a
July,
calendar?
August, and September, you grow asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, corn, carrots, more fennel, garlic, a whole bunch of stuff.
Is it a month by month calendar you found, Tammy? For you?
Yes. And then
Oh,
autumn-
okay. I thought
and
you were
then
just reading off
autumn-
the row.
Autumn,
You can-
back to the root vegetables.
tell
And
me you can
squash.
send it to me, please.
I'll see. I think I can put the link in the chat. Let me see.
Okay.
I'll put the link. I'll just PM you the link to this website.
That
But it's
is
got the whole list.
very interesting because I did the research for things that I wanted to plant and not beyond it.
Yeah. It lists every crop to this website.
Amazing.
Does.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, you're gonna want. There it is. There you
Well,
go.
that was the reason to the second channel. If I can grow.
All that stuff, right? Even if
Yeah.
it's just experimental in the beginning, you can say that. Say this is experimental. I have a
There, I
great garden
PM'd the
zone.
link to that website.
Yeah.
But it
Every
goes month
chef-
by month and tells you everything that you can to plant and grow to start growing.
Okay.
Yeah, see, this one that I found is month by month, but as it goes into our hotter season, which you see spring goes right into summer. I don't know
Yeah.
if I can get it. Sweet potatoes. It goes right into anything above the ground. They don't suggest.
Well,
And then-
Until August, you can start your planning. Because it's
And then
going
this goes. This one
fall.
goes. But after it's done with that list, it goes plant by plant, telling you indoors or outdoors when to plant it.
wonderful. Yay.
That's like what we have in our extension office. So that would be
Yeah.
perfect.
now my question
Yeah.
is, how longer can I keep the same soil in buckets?
They have videos on how to sanitize
Yeah.
your soil.
All right. One of the things for soil and buckets. In fact, Ron Netzel, the Green Wizard, and I were talking about that. And you just got to make sure you keep your minerals up in it. And the best thing for that is green sand. There's different makers of green sand. You can get it off of Amazon and other stuff. Basically, it's from where the glaciers ground up all the minerals and stuff when we receded. They left its deposits of what they call green sand.
Sorry.
And you just got to make sure you keep your whatever plant is pulling out the minerals. You got to make sure you replace those minerals, your nutrients and stuff. So the soil, you can just you can keep it vitalized and going longer in buckets, pots, whatever. You just got to make sure you add whatever the whatever the plant is pulling out of the soil.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, my mom kept an orange tree and a fig tree growing for 15 years in a half 55-gallon bucket. We took a couple 50 barrels, cut them in half, and she kept them growing in that. And she was always just adding chicken poop to it and other stuff.
Yeah, you might be able to get rabbit manure. Do anybody keep rabbit? Because you had one.
I used to.
Yeah.
But I have a place that have like a big petting zoo in
what?
my city.
A zoo?
Petting zoo.
Petting zoo. Oh, okay. Sorry, I couldn't
And
hear petting. I've got little man.
And I give him the rabbit when I couldn't keep it anymore because it was too big. So I think I can get some from them.
Okay.
And it's very close to my house.
Yeah. Awesome.
When I search for soil, I saw like black soil, and it was very expensive. What is the difference?
The black soils usually have more nutrients in it and more microbiotic life in the soil. It's more freshly composted. Black soil is usually nice, rich, smells delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of that black soil here because a town over for me they call it the muck. It's like, it's just all black soil.
The soil I end up buying is all-purpose soil and organic.
Yeah. With your carrots, though, you got to make sure the density is like Courtney was saying. It needs to be sandy. It needs to be loose for carrots.
Oh,
to
okay.
grow in. You need a little loose soil. So the green sand is good, but it's a nutrient. You might need to add a little more sand to where you're planting your carrots. Or if it's loose, like if it's a loamy kind of black soil, What does it feel like? Did
But
you
you
stick
could
it
still
in it?
you could take one bucket and add plain old desert sand, 50-50,
There you
and
go.
grow your carrots in, and that would
Hmm.
save you on the soil you bought.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So you have
Well,
all
I
these
have plenty
cultures
of that.
too? I'm so
What do you
jealous
say?
you can grow in the hot months.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of Floridians, like not a lot, that's why the Floridians I've talked to are nervous about shed wars because that's not our growing season. That is yours. Spring is not a great growing season in the lower half of our state. It's basically they're your sweet potatoes. You can do the like the shed cloth or the not shed cloth. Oh my gosh. What
Shade.
Gil just said.
Shade cloth.
Shade
Thank you.
cloth.
The shade cloth brain. You can do the shade cloth, but I haven't had great luck with it down here. It seems to bring aphids and things that, you know, when the air
Yeah,
is a
but
little
you can
stagnant.
do like what Robert said that what you grow after the season, you can
Yeah.
do it for next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I have to figure it out with Robert. But like, you know, I have my bananas and they choose when they want to come up
Yeah.
and give me bananas. It's not like a sure thing like, okay, it's been 80 days. I'm waiting on my spike. I haven't gotten it down to that yet. Because I'm lazy gardener too, like Tammy. I'm
and you
pretty-
have the
set it and forget it.
unwanted
And then, like,
pets. The unwanted pets that you have.
The what?
Unwanted pets.
Unwanted pest.
Oh, the unwanted pest. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. He's like right next to me going,
The iguanas and the
yeah, the
possums.
iguanas. It's snapping my moringa tree right now. And I can't figure out when it's coming into my property either. It's really being sneaky. I wish I had one of those cameras like Courtney and Dustin have to put on that tree just to
Now
catch it.
it's raining.
Yeah.
It's raining right now.
You'll like rain though when you garden because then you won't have to water your plants. If you get water on that area, you
Yeah,
know.
we
Yeah.
got 2 more inches of snow last night.
We got 6.
6
Yeah.
inches.
Yeah, but the snow from previous, the 18 inches that we got, was all melted away. So it's just
Oh,
like,
okay.
We got
Well-
6 last night too. No school today for anybody.
Wow.
In the last video of Thor Evan,
Excuse me.
he got like 11 inches of snow.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Yeah,
Oh,
we
no
were,
snow here.
the projections were less than 1 inch possible snow. And when I went out there, I had 1.5 inches. And before I went to bed, it's like, yeah, right. Less than 1 inch possible. I already got 1.5 inches and it's still coming down.
yeah.
Yeah, Gardner Josh. It will be.
All right, guys, I am going to end because 1, I'm starving. I haven't ate anything, so I'm freaking
Yeah.
hungry. And 2, I've been on for 2 hours. What's going on tonight? Okay, this is what's going on. Gardner Josh is having a celebration over at Fishes. So
Did
we're going to
Moose
celebrate
said
there.
if he's going to...
What?
He doesn't
the
know for
last
sure, I
one?
don't think.
Oh, okay.
He kind of is just flying by the seat of his pants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't. I don't think he wants to make him a commitment at YouTube. But I think he just wants to do his own thing and whatever.
Huh.
But
Makes sense.
anyway, so I don't know if I'm sure if he goes live, everybody will know about it. So
Yeah.
Because
Um,
usually
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Bruce, then Josh, and then Fishes.
yep,
Mhm. Oh, so Josh isn't going on before me tonight? Or backwards?
I think he is.
Okay.
I think he
okay.
plans to.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So,
said
big
Bruce,
celebration
then
tonight.
Josh,
Yeah,
then
Josh is supposed to be taking over my spot at 10 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out.
Well, it's his birthday.
Yep. And we're gonna celebrate him. I
No
want to put
guarantee
his.
I'll be awake.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope so. I'm gonna
And,
put
and
his.
Bob promised me
power.
lumpia in the basement. So if you can't find me, I'm eating lumpia in Bob's
in
basement.
Bob's basement.
By the way,
Oh, yeah.
Tammy,
Oh my god!
there is a. Is
I
Becca okay? Because I messaged her and I didn't see if she's
She has some family things going on
okay.
for this couple of days, so I will let her know you've messaged her. But she's
No,
pretty
it's the
tied up with
usual
family.
good morning.
Yeah.
she's.
Yossi just has sixth sense about people when they
He's
need
not
it,
wrong.
really.
I'm just not going to say it on here. He's not wrong.
Yeah, Courtney is hungry, and I gotta go feed the wood burning stove.
My canner's got 1 minute and is done.
Thank you. Seriously, you guys are amazing. I consider everybody in the side chat and everybody on panel my
Awesome.
dearest friends. So thank you so much for being on here with me and supporting my channel. Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep it as garden oriented as possible. Sunday nights we can get a little crazy and a little wild, but I'm gonna try and keep it as garden oriented as possible. I'm still doing the community thing, so you know, remember, I will promote you if you want me to. And I love you guys, so we'll see you all tonight. Tammy in the basement. Bob. Yeah, Tammy's a good person.
Wake up Tammy in your basement.
Yeah. She had me at Lumpia. Sorry.
yeah, that's hilarious. But yeah, so thank you all for coming on, hanging out with us. I appreciate you, and we will see you tonight for Gardner Josh's birthday. And we're gonna have a good time. So, see you all later, and have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.